Good morning, students. Today's class is the last chapter of Medical Sociology 2, and the topic is dependency, age, and disability. So, in this chapter, we are going to mainly see about dependency in people who are aged and the disabled people. Okay, I already took a short session on unpacking dependency for you. I don't know if you remember that. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. So, let's see what is dependency. Okay, so dependency means the opposite of dependency is independent. Independent means a person who can live independently without the help of others. Okay, without the help means all of us need help from other people, but generally for our daily activities, that is like brushing our teeth, toileting, then washing ourselves, taking bath, then in our regular routine activities we don't need help. So that is in living, being able to live independently. But there are people around us who are dependent because of their poor health, or because of old age, or because of even young age. So these people are the dependent people. Okay, so unpacking dependency, there are two ways of taking the meaning for unpacking dependency. One is understanding the dependency for these people, and the next is how to make these dependent people independent. Okay, 100% of the people we cannot make independent, because there are some people who will be dependent on others for all their life. For example, people with spinal cord injury, paraplegics, quadriplegics, they'll need some minimal help from other people. Whereas a young child can become older and become independent, or a stroke patient who is dependent during the acute phase can become independent as he recovers. So that is the unpacking dependency. Okay, so who are the people who are dependent? One is the very young children. Okay, less than 5 years, they are dependent on their parents. Very old people, above 60, mainly above 80, they may be dependent. You may find that there are 90-year-olds who are independent also, but generally above 80 or 90 they become dependent. And people who are having long-term disability, like mental health illness or even physical disability, that is long-term. Okay, these are the health-wise dependent people. Then the other factor that you have to understand is the economic dependency. That is, there are some people who are not able to earn money and be independent. They are not financially independent. They depend for their money on other people. They are the economically dependent people. So sometimes, because they do not earn money, they become dependent on other people. And so these people who are economically dependent on other people find it very difficult to get treatment for their own health services. So let us see who decides if a person is dependent or independent. The doctors see if a person is disabled. They give a disability certificate. They say the person is 40% disabled or 60% disabled. So they decide who is dependent. Then social workers. Social workers play a main role in assessing the ability or disability of a person and recommending the doctors to give a disability certificate. Then in some countries, the state government or the national government is responsible for deciding who is dependent, and they provide the needs for these people. Even in India, disabled people get a disability pension. Blind people have some concessions. Travel is free. So like that, there are different groups of people who have certain benefits. So some of them are attendance allowance, invalidity benefit, sickness benefit, domiciliary support, that is home based care, hospital treatment, and any other treatment that is given to the sick people. Okay, so all these people can claim. In India, there are certain laws that provide benefits to sick people and disabled people. In other countries, there are other laws. So each country, they have their own laws. Even in the state government, there are certain criteria provided for disabled people. Disabled is a term that we will call as differently abled also, which we will see later. Okay, so these are the people who are considered to be dependent and the people who make or give certification saying that these people are dependent. So let us see about the elderly and the very young people. All the people above the age of retirement, so retirement age is 60, they are considered as senior citizens. So they are given some pension, bus pass and all these things, okay, but still they are not dependent because they can be independent in their activities. But when they become very old, and it varies from one person to another, some people at 60 they may become dependent and others at 70, 80 or 90, and some people may be independent even till they die. Same way, a child who is born till the age of probably 5 or even 8 is dependent on the parents for the daily activities, to brush the teeth, for toileting, to take bath, all these things. As the child gets older, the child becomes independent. Okay, so there are certain wrong ideas about the disabled people. Generally in the public we think that disabled people are at a disadvantage, and we think that they are to be pitied. Okay, pitied na pavam paakurathu. So they are not to be pitied, but they have their own abilities. Each person who is differently abled, as we call it, is able to do things differently. They may not be like you and me, but they have their own way of doing things. There are instances where somebody may be blind, they may not be able to physically see, but the ears are very sharp, so they have other abilities. Okay, but generally in society people used to think that people who have some abnormality is called as disabled people. But from the last few years, this term called disability is not used, and they are considered to be differently abled people who have other abilities. That is the main thing that has to be considered. So we will see the next topic, which is the shifting category of disabled persons. Okay, so here this note that you have to read properly. There are some words, okay, that have been used previously. For example, disability is a word that was used previously, but it is not used at present, and it is not correct to use this word disability at present. We should call it differently abled people. Those people who have this kind of disability in inverted commas is considered to be differently abled people. Okay, even the topic itself, because the name of the topic is disabled people, shifting category of disabled people, some of the times we use the word disability in this chapter, but actually we should use the word differently abled. Okay, so let us see what the first thing is: physical and mental disability. Okay, so these people are dependent on the other people because they are physically and mentally disabled. Or I mean, some people are physically disabled, they may not have one leg, or they may not have two legs, or they may have the legs and the legs cannot be moved because of paralysis, or they may not have hands, they may not have eyes. So those are the physical disabilities. Mental disability is anything which causes them to be at a disability. Schizophrenia, Alzheimer's disease, where they forget things. So these are all mental disabilities. Okay, so these people are mainly dependent on other people. So these are a group of people who in the 19th century, early centuries, they were thought to be mad people or insane people. Okay, because the society did not understand those people. They thought that their mind is not functioning normally, that is mental instability or insanity. But these days it is not so. There is a lot of medical treatment available for this, and they can get better and they can live a near normal life. They do not have any mental disability, that you should understand. Then in the olden days, these people who had problems of the mind, that is they forget things, or they get angry very quickly, or they have other schizophrenic problems, they imagine things. So these people were immediately taken to an institution is like a hospital where they had to stay. Okay, so these institutions did not have any privacy. they were not protected. The individuals who suffered from mental problems were rejected by the society, and they were isolated. They were not given proper care. So these people were not part of the family. It was like leprosy. They had a lot of stigma. Mental disability had stigma, and the people who suffered from mental disability were sent out of the house, and they were made to live in a institution specially made for mental disabled people. So here the medical professionals used to not care about the people. I'm not talking about present days, but in the early 19th century. So like for example 1900 to 1950. So these people were put in institutions, and some of them were even chained. Their rights were not given. Basic human rights was not there. So they were treated like animals in those days. Okay, even for children with disabilities, they were also taken. Those days there were a lot of disabilities because of polio and other diseases, because the treatment of diseases was very less. So all these people who had these disabilities, they were kept in special institutions. And even today we see blind schools, deaf and dumb school, and other places. So at least now the people who are in these institutions have better human rights, and they are taken care of properly. But those days they were not taken care of properly, and they were left by the parents of the children. And most of them were called abnormal and mental disability. Sometimes when they have physical disability, they were not given proper education, proper care, and they became mentally unstable also. There were a lot of people with cerebral palsy and other physical disabilities that used to be kept in these institutions. Okay, but slowly these people also were given rights, and the society felt that as medical services improved, that these people could be treated properly. So a lot of these words that were used to denote these people with mental disabilities, like mentally defective or idiotic people, mentally handicapped people, so these names were changed, and now we call these people, or children who are not able to understand, or who had delayed milestones, whose brains are not developed well, we call them children with learning difficulties. So this is the latest term that we use, children with learning difficulties. So we do not call them insane people, or all those terms have now been replaced. Same way, a person who has physical disability or a handicap or inability to do certain things because of their physical problems caused by health issues, they are called as people who are physically challenged, or even we call them people with differently abled people. So the words disabled, disability and all are not used these days. Instead we call them differently abled people. So this is the change in the words that are used. So we can also use that, because we can call this the shifting category of disabled people. So we do not, the category or the name that was given to these people are now being changed in different names. Okay, so the next thing is, from institutional care, the people with disabilities, both mental and physical disabilities, they have started getting community care. That is, instead of being put in a hospital or a mental asylum, mental hospital, or a physically disabled hospital, place where physical disabilities are treated, instead of keeping the people in those areas and treating them, we are shifting them to community based care, so that the people affected are staying in their own houses, and the family members are taught how to take care of these people. So from institutionalizing, we have changed to community care, and the community itself, including the family members, the society, and all the neighbors of the affected person, they take care of this sick person, either a mentally challenged, or people with learning disabilities as we call them, or a physically challenged person, or a person with differently abled person. So these people are taken care of by the family members and the community within the community itself. So the community is modified, training is given to the community members, and health education awareness campaigns are taken up, and the barriers in the house are modified so that the people can live safely within the community. But it is not very easy to live within the community because there are some challenges, there are some problems, because all these years people have been living in the institutions, the surrounding neighbors, though the family members accept the affected people, the others do not take care of them properly. There are some lacunae that are present. There is not enough care given to the affected people. That is why professional support is needed, and any person with who is differently abled is registered in the government, and the government is providing a little amount of money to take care of the person. Also, a lot of NGOs are taking care of the people who have mental challenges as well as physical challenges. The other problems that we have when we shift the people from institutional care to community care is that the deconstruction of medical handicap. Okay, that is, the people who have mental illness, they are also having other difficulties which prevent them from leading independent or normal or a full life. Okay, but they need to have adequate healthcare treatments. That is, they need to go to the hospital at times, or a medical personnel should see them. Sometimes the nurses who are working there, they have to provide additional treatment in the house. But in spite of this, lot of hospitals, lot of nurses did not like the change from the institution to the community care, because they will lose their importance and they will lose their jobs. For example, when for example, even today leprosy hospitals are there, and slowly leprosy hospitals are closing down because leprosy is going down, or leprosy hospitals are converting into other hospitals. But those days, when people were working in mental asylums, when the affected people were sent to their homes, the people were unhappy who are working in these institutions were unhappy, because they will lose their jobs and they will lose their importance. So they thought the community based care will not work. But over a period of time it has changed, and these people who worked in the institutions have been trained to work in the community, and they are able to take care of the affected people in their homes itself. So these days we have a lot of community training courses for mental illness, for disability, even for diagnosis of disease. So a lot of institutional care, hospital based care is now shifting to community based care, though there is a little bit of challenge posed by institutional people for this community based care. Some people think that only hospital based care is best, but there is equal amount of weightage that needs to be given for both institutional care and community care. By institutional care I mean hospital based care, and community care is home based care for the sick and both mentally and physically challenged people in their own community and home settings. So that is the future. People who are not able to do their daily activities, they need to be rehabilitated in their homes and in their communities, so that they feel more independent instead of institutionalizing them, even though there may be challenges against this. Okay, so hope you understood this. Let's see the next topics, age and generation and other things, in the next class. Thank you.